G'day everyone, surprise stream coming up here, back with some FGR. They've thrown a surprising banner at us that JP didn't get. Now if you'll recall, last time this little ass was rated up, it did not go well for us. We went over. But they've deigned to give us a second chance without having to wait till next February, which is very good. Well, hopefully. So I reckon might as well give her a go. I was actually planning on trying to snag one copy of the Dorman and a copy of On Off when they come along. But obviously Caren, being the universal farmer for this account, provided we can get her, is higher priority, whereas they're mostly for fun. So hopefully we have some good luck and can get a few copies of her. I'm not going to hold my breath, but at the very least, worst case scenario, I can guarantee one copy of it. I'd rather not have to do that, but wishes with fishes, the world would be an ocean. Okie dokie, let's get started. Oh! Fierce corpse guard. So this is just like Kaleidoscope, except the stats are reversed. Instead of being full attack, it's full HP. So this is fine to use on, say, your supports where you don't really give a rip about their attack, and then save the actual scopes for your DPS. Hey, it's our friendo. Tree. Actually, okay, there are no rated up craft essences. That's good. We might get some black grails and some actual K scopes. That would be lovely. Particularly the black grails. I've mentioned this before, but I'll repeat it here. Karen's passive, where if she gets debuffed, she gets an attack boost, does, oh, is that Tristan? Indeed. Actually does work with Black Grail's passive. Tristan's actually quite good. Yeah, you gonna work there again? Everything okay? There we are. This kit is quite similar to Babanshi's, but arguably a bit better. They're very close. They did a good job designing them. Really, he has an MP upgrade that she doesn't. And but I'd say her skills are slightly better overall. Again, it's really close. Both of them are very good though. I mean, they're like a 4-star David almost. So we've been over how good David is. certainly wouldn't mind getting more copies in. I think at the moment I only raised single target quick archer is Santera, who's also fairly good, but she's not as good as Tristan or Banshee. Caren. I guess that growth essence I can never remember what it does. Okay. Oh, not Kyo Hime. I find it interesting that I very rarely roll Darius on any account. It's just one of those weird luck quirks, I reckon. Lots of Kunlans. Over these when these accounts were fresh and I needed more copies of Kunlan, and it wouldn't bloody come. Must this be Darius? No? Cheeky. Oh, another corpse card. How interesting. More coup coins are always welcome. Actually, do I have all three of his passives? I'm unsure. Need you on the art account. Hello? Lower my okay, what do you do? Right, arts and HP recovery. If you had nothing else, slap it on Percival, I guess. Oh, that's a good one. Anti-Berserker. Slap that on your fluffy beta. Cool Enkidu maybe. Perhaps. That doesn't look like Ushi. It's been too long since I've checked my A-pins on this account, so I'm actually not certain how I'm doing with coins. What stuff it is. closed as well. It's always a nice one. There's the other single target quick archer that I really do need to go around to raising up one of these years. Oh. This one can be quite useful, depending on the fight. You can delay the enemy's MP for 2 turns. There are some cheeky scenarios where that comes in really handy. Especially in solos. Slapping that on one of your taunts instead of another Kumlan, or even having 2. Although you're not going to get full value out of it if you do that, so I'd recommend keeping Kumlan on. At least one of them. What craft is this? We need some servants, mate. Come on. It does take a while to go through summoning tickets if you have a decent amount of them. This isn't even an exorbitant amount of them. It's just a little over 100. It is curious that they haven't made a hey, you can use up to 10 of these at a time sort of deal. But UI design is something that this game heavily struggles with. I just think it's a lot better than it started out. Her and I'm again. Really is a craftism kind of day, it appears. Oh, there's something. Saber. The Gilderay. I don't know why, but every time I see that one, I think it's a 5-star. Probably isn't when it's full. I think it's because it looks similar to Basking in the Sunlight, which is a 5-star one. Has similar colours. Maybe the same artist. I wouldn't swear to that though. If I remember, I might check. Maybe. Another guild array. Codecast is what ended the last 11 row, wasn't it? Beastie Brown. Been a while since we've seen Zelrich. Back-to-back Hydra attackers. Or it's that that 3-star assassin that everyone forgets is in the game, including the developers. Come on, Caren. Or Gawain. Well, for this account, he's a rare prison. Probably. So, see, we have Lakshmi Bai, just having more copies of her than Shrey. Is that it? Is this one of the accounts that has Suzuka? There's also Saber Lily. Of course, if we can get Caren, then all this is moot anyway, because She can fill in for any AoE. Except against Avengers, but I wouldn't recommend throwing her against those. Chinkeg. See, the MP levels thing is mostly useful on certain supports that have impactful MPs, like Astra or Doria, in which case the MP damage increase is worthless. But I don't know. It might come in handy. Perhaps. Shame I couldn't have duplicated my nonsense look that I had back when Case Files was around. Oh, I hadn't had that yet on this account. Interesting. Where I did 7 rolls and I got MP5 Australia and a copy of Rennes. That is pretty silly. If it wasn't streaming then, it would have been a short one. Another Alexander. There's a Black Layer, we take those. We sure do. That's probably the 3rd copy on this account. Probably. Hey, Darius! Finally decides to pop up. Oh, there's David. We're actually... Wow. Provided it keeps going this way, by the time we run out of summon tickets, we'll be slightly behind on 4-star servants. Fortune Boulet. Ah, it's Coke Grail. Pretty much. Alright, I had a copy of that before. Craft distance after craft distance after craft distance. Can we get some servants up in here? Please? I'd rather not have to go to inventory in my craft distance box in the middle of Roland. That'd be lame. I'm shocked there wasn't another guild array. Completely shocked. She's usually the berserker I get. Another origin bullet. I'll trade both of those in for another black grail. Honest, I would. Okay. I think that'll do it for tickets for now, and we'll switch to multis. So I can rest me clicking finger a little bit. Just a little bit. So if we have better luck there, and yeah, we're actually having bad luck when it comes to even 4-star servers. And those silly bases will get froze that way. Then where will you be? It wasn't a min roll. So we got that going for us. being trolled by Shinji. Don't agree with this. After this institute. Come on, let's see if we can get 3 in a row. Already almost at it. Need that on my Buster account. This MP type is arts, isn't it? I can't quite remember. Another Tristan? Maybe. Not bad, although sure would appreciate some Carens to start dropping. Worst case scenario is having to pity a copy of it, and then we still have to roll for it in Valentine then. Because MP1 just isn't going to cut it even when she gets her MP upgrade. Shrew lesbian cheeky. Can it be? Please don't spook. Oh no. Okay. Okay. That's a relief. I had that sinking feeling like the worst case scenario was going to be reality. Because I really would like to roll for Bizet, if at all possible. But we'll just have to see how the board situation pairs out, because there are lots of AoE quick DPS coming out next year, well, quick DPS in general, that all have really similar kits, and I'm leaning towards the assassin whose name escapes me, the horse girl. And then of course there's Summer Scotty, who, despite me being a little annoyed about how they went about designing it, nonetheless she does help. And it's not like Quick has all that abundance of support to be too picky with. So I definitely need to roll for her. It's probably more that I'm forgetting.
Caren Cオルテンシア召喚に応じ参上いたしました。ここが噂のカルデアなのですね。賑やかで大変結構です。 愛の伝道、私に務まるかどうか楽しみですね。
Okay, let's see if we can keep the good vibes going. So that was ever so slightly above or below average, rather, when it comes to amount of rolls for getting a 5-star. Completely average being about 340 quartz. So with her, I think, particularly when she gets her MP upgrade, she should be fine at I don't know if I'm saying anything, I don't want to jinx it. I don't think that we would need a third A pen though. We definitely need the second one, which isn't really an issue. You pretty much have one easy ass when it comes to 5 stars, because you get 90 coins for each copy. But she's actually quite handy in challenge quests as well. She's a good DPS for those. So her extra attack A-bend can also be quite handy. That's one I don't see very often. I wouldn't say it's spectacularly useful, but it can be fairly handy, I suppose. So the funny thing about rolling for Caren is, while you can rest a little easy once you see that rainbow spark and it being roulette, there's still Jean. It could still be Jean. So it's one of those pins and needles, am I right? So to get the most out of Caren, besides slapping an Avenger in the back line or slapping her with Black Grail, or both, it is vital that you have second A-pen maxed out on your Scotties, on both Scotties that are used with her. And we've already done that on this account at least. I think I did it on my main as well. Probably. I'll have to double check. I'm in QPL on my main though. Morgan and both of the Fairy Knights. Really did a number on me. That was a min roll. You hate to see it. Ah, there's the good scar. Wait, really? That's no face regular scar. Huh. That is really surprising to me. I thought I had it on all my accounts. I guess this was the only one that didn't have it. Wait, is my Buster Cannon? My Buster Cannon has it, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's on Terra at the moment. Wait, is it on Altera or is it on Rona? Speaking of Buster stuff, I did manage to get Tom of my Reach on my main account as well. I'm slowly grinding up QP to get his skills, Fierce and Bad skill to 10. In fact, yesterday I managed to get to MP charge her battery to 10, so that's good to go. Now I just need to get a Buster skill to 10. It's currently 7, so it'll be a bit. Plus I use apples, but no sense in it. Not like there's a rush going on. I actually need to quit being lazy and actually play through Lost Spell 6 on these different accounts. Come to think of it. Of course, I've been forced to play through a little bit because we keep getting weekly quests that, or rather limited quests that force you to go through story nodes to complete. Dignity. Never did look up what the replacement version of it does. Well, it wasn't a min roll. So we got that Caren for us, which is nice. That's a lot of Rin. Actually, what does this do? Buster. Alright, you wanted the new, yeah. Right. I reckon that's keepable. Well, yeah, definitely. Just sometimes you back up against cost and quick accounts in particular, quick teams in particular can be expensive since you need double Scotty, so that's 2 5 stars. You're gonna have a 5-star DPS most likely, and then probably need waivers, so that's another one. And before Apens, you needed starting MP on your Scotties. Oh, I didn't explain why. So it's because one of Caren's batteries is similar to Lambda Lilith in that it drains MP gauge from your allies. But if they don't have any, then she doesn't get enough refund. Still amuses me how they just completely just erase Spore Serenity's existence by just dropping Lacusta, who has the exact playstyle Serenity should have. Or I sincerely wish you would have dropped before I bothered whatever. Our Valkyries are like MP3 right now. Are they? They're at least MP2.
こんにちは。カルデアのマスターさ。女神パールバティと申します。こたびは清らかな少女の体を借りて権限させていただきました。私も不慣れな状況ですので、一緒に成長させてくださいますか?
We're actually being spoiled for choice when it comes to AoE Lancers on this account now. Because we got Canis, of course. Buster account and main account have Canis as well. Their Canises are actually bigger than the Canis on this account because this one's MP4. Feels bad. Feels bad. To be fair though, those are the accounts that where she fits on more. I was blinking pretty heavily through that card's pulled up and I was like, wait, another gold? I thought it was double-sided for a second. Oh, wait a minute, another spooky Lancer. It would have been Bradamonte. It would have cried. Definitely came. to take a swig of water. Hopefully it gives me good luck and Caren drops the game. I suppose that works too. I think that's the generic starting MP gauge. No, it's quick. I approve. Why is that not locked? I thought the face copy of... Maybe that's just servants that it does that with. Gilderay. No, Fergus. Good old Fergus. Is it next anniversary when he gets his book? He actually becomes pretty bloody good. Like, he's not terrible right now. He's definitely usable. But he actually becomes quite stout when he gets that book. Guess he liked us talking about him. He's like, here, get in the game. The ego in this lad, I swear. There's number 2 of those. 2 rainbow sparks in one session. Please don't be Jean. Concern was mountain. Okay, so that's in P2. We will keep going, of course, but at worst, I think we can be fairly satisfied with that. I wouldn't swear to it, but I think in P2, when she gets her upgrade, should be good enough. But certainly wouldn't turn me nose up at more. Fair copy of that. I'm really surprised 2 rainbows. What are the odds? Since there isn't a 3-star ruler, you could never have the old Skark, Sun Silver and Turn Gold for those. The only Avenger could do it because of Salieri. Of course, that's on very, very specific banners. And Alter Ego can when Shufu gets added to the game, which is next anniversary. Looking forward to that. She's actually really good, and the best thing, well, one of the many best things about it. Okay, for one, she gives buff removal resistance, so she's an easily accessible source of that for those that miss Nightingale Santa. But she also functions as a budget Castoratorian, so you can rent a mate's Castoria and then slap Juhu out there and then loop for days, just like you had your own Castoratorian, which is really nice. Plus she's got an adorable crush on you, Marion, and I'm all about the Yuri life. Yuri's good for the soul, as they say. Speaking of anniversaries, the JP anniversary is coming up in like a week or so. Looking forward to that, seeing what kind of shenanigans that they're... I'm actually behind on news. I haven't been keeping up to see anything that they've revealed. I should check that after stream. Give me something to do. Oh, okay. So that's at least a third copy of that. Probably the third copy of it, honestly. Because I'm pretty sure I hadn't gotten more than one prior to this. It's actually not one that I've gotten period, really. I really don't think I have it on many accounts. This one and maybe one other. I might have had it on the spare account, which unfortunately is lost now. If we could get lucky and snag a third copy, I think I would save the rest of the rolls to throw it. At this point, I'd probably skip Dorman until next year, but I definitely want to take a swing at getting one off. But beggars can't be choosers. No, obviously the dream would be to get 4 copies of it, because that means you're able to get 2 A-pins and theoretically go to 120 if you want it. Whereas it would take 6 copies to get all 3 A-pins and go to 120. But MP3 at least, I've mentioned this before, but the way scaling works on upgraded MPs is that MP2 is the equivalent, scaling wise, of an unupgraded MP5. Now generally, especially nowadays, when they do an upgrade to an MP, they add extra effects, which makes it far better than just the vanilla MP5, even an MP2. But it is nice to get MP3 where now you're pushing beyond just base damage wise than even a vanilla MP5 would have gotten. And it's just a little bit of extra insurance, although I'm fairly sure, well, okay, moderately sure that MP2 is good enough for her damage wise. I think I have to get up and walk around after this stream. My knees are in just a wee bit of searing pain. Oh well, you get used to it. Oh, Prismacosmos. So I had gotten it on this account. That's one I think I've gotten at least one copy of it on every account. I believe Prismacosmos was actually the very first 5-star Gravists I ever rolled on my main account back in the day. And it was the only one for quite a while. Gold rulers. So, I believe it's Estrella, Jean, and Caren are the only 3 that you could roll on this banner. I don't think there are any more spooky rulers. I'm forgetting some. Like if this was a ruler, it could very well be Estrella. Oh, it's a Berserker. So I'm a cat. Okay, that's fine. How many of... At minimum it's MP2, which is good because she's got an upgraded MP. She really went from not being spectacular to really solid actually with her buffs. And surprisingly tanky for a Berserker. I always had a soft spot for her since she was my initial starter server on my main account. It was she and Marsh and then Shiki versus the world for the longest. Or is that Australia or is it... There we are. Ladies and germs, we are done. Eventually I might try to snag a 4th copy on a future banner if it's a year where there aren't going to be many rolls for this account, but I wouldn't hold me breath. Would not hold me breath. Although I feel like the year we're currently in has been kind of dead on the good side, maybe. I really hesitate to say that because I feel like I'm forgetting some important stuff. And Zabuda to polish it off. I think she's the last one. No. In my defense, I wasn't actually counting, I was guessing. I guess there's no one around. I was one off. See what you mean? Okay, well, we saved a little. If I go through Lost Belt Seeds and then do the I think we can get back up to like 340 at least before. With average luck, we should be able to snag a copy of Von Wolf, but well, we'll see how it goes. I've always felt like Noble Phantasm should be higher up here. Like, it should be where this is. Because skills, craft essence, ascension, and then Noble Phantasm. Those are the 4 things that you raise the most often. So why is it all the way down here? Why do you do this game? It's interesting how few copies of the rated up 4 stars we got. Or rather, it's interesting how few 4 stars we got, period. Actually, come to think of it, it is weird how many spooks we got, considering there were 2 rated up. Which actually does heavily lean towards getting the raid up when it's like that. Just not necessarily the particular raid up that you want. Okay, this was our 3rd one. Actually need to get to raising her. Little fluffy bugger. Look at her. Alrighty. I did have to destroy her. Heracles. Huh. Aussie? Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, what are the... Okay, the MP2. That's not too bad. Provided MP1 probably outdoes them in MP2. It's... And that's not even a slight on them. They're actually perfectly fine. It's just she's a bit silly. Still can't get over this silliness. And then I had to crawl through broken glass to get her on the arts account. Makes me sad. Okie dokie, this simply wants it. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that beautiful? I promise I know English. It's allegedly my native tongue. Allegedly. Okay, what am I looking for? Right here. He does have... Wait, what? I know you have buffs. Don't you sass me. I don't... Maybe it's just because he's not qualified for them yet. I could have sworn he would show up here. I swear he has buffs. Like... Oh. Bugger all. I don't know, I'm going back in this menu for it, but... Where are we? Okay. Yeah, see, his shows. It's got a skill buff here. And then an MP upgrade. And I think he might even get another buff. No, this is the buff. I could have sworn Gawain had a buff. Maybe he doesn't. Which in case, yeah, maybe I should revisit him. Keeping him would be to, like, say, Suzuka here. She has several buffs. And that's interludes and rank up quests that we can tick off tick off extra missions right here. As you see, this account, since I'm focusing mostly on one card color, we don't really get all that many of them. Luckily, we're not too far away from getting them. So yeah, we can recoup some quartz fairly quickly. Once I get off me bum and stop being lazy, start raising some stuff. Oh, speaking of, croftisms. Ah, so that was our second block rail. Now to, well, hold on. It was 90. I'm going to prioritize getting you to... Do I have any bombs? I don't think I do. Clearly I don't. However, I'll just go ahead and slap these in here. I did one. Oh dear, dear. It's actually pretty wasteful to do it this way. As you can see, it's burning a decent chunk of QP each time. Be nice to get... There we go! You took the words right out of my mouth. Look at you, you beauty. That's probably poisonous, by the way. Probably. I'll just... That's a cute crop distance. What does it do? What's huh. Pretty sure that came from an event, but I can't recall which one. Oh wait, I have more. Like I had another copy of you. Oh, 2 copies. One away from MLBing this. Something I don't particularly need in MLBs. What else was there? Bugger all. Could have maxed that one out. Oh well. C'est la vie. This is why we can't have nice things. I didn't get any of these. Oh wow! So I've actually gotten that quite a bit on this account. Maybe this is... It's MLB'd. Wow, Koo's going to slap the taste out of Fluffy's mouth when we get to the little bugger. Well, the not so little bugger. Keep those as is. This one has an extra one. Would much rather be it 3 black rails as opposed to 2. But the great poet Mick Jagger once said, "You can't always get what you want." Or an extra copy of that lying around. I'll have to remember to. I'll have to remember to. I'll have to remember to something. Oh, I didn't go over those. Sometimes lucky. Sometimes lucky. I think that's all I needed to, yeah. Okay. Is there an event going on? Are we getting raid-ups? Okay, yes. This isn't exactly a spectacular graph distance, but it's here. Not like it hurts anything, I suppose. Did I have something else? Well, we... Unfortunate that it's full attack. That being said, I will go ahead and MLB a copy and then I'll get rid of the rest of it. These. Did I get more than one of them? Yeah, I don't see an event. There'd be a little ticker here. I think the game's just being cheeky. That's what's happening. Speaking of, let's sure his great strength. Okay, I do have an MLB copy. I think that came from an event though, so I'm going to not get rid of the extra copies just yet. I could double check, but that would require me actually using my keyboard. Can't be bothered to do that. Right, I will lock it, just to be sure. Right. I reckon we're good to go. Let's see if I can find Caren. This mess of... I keep stopping at Tristan. Oh yeah, we need to raise Martha eventually as well. She's just too bloody useful.
Charity. Oh, charity.
It was on there, I clicked one time and it registered twice, but okay. You do you, blue stars.
Level up ですね。
Indeed.
この体は成長しても
We did it again. Bugger all. Alright. Actually, we could just do this.
Level up ですね。この体は成長してもどこも痛まないので新鮮です。
Does your body normally hurt when it grows? Must be pretty bad considering she can get giant. Although considering her masochistic tendencies, I don't think she really minds. Okie dokie. Fierce Ascension. Incidentally, this next one, I believe it's this Ascension, the second Ascension, is what we'll keep her on. Because I like the color red. Yeah, this one.
これが今回の私のコスチュームです。修道服と迷ったのですが、いずれそちらの姿の方が来そうなので、趣味に走ってみました。天使の姿もいいのですが、こちらの方が落ち着きますね。
Their skills are pretty loaded if you gave that little blurb a read. Bugger all, I did it again. Come on now. I'm going to have to pick up more.
レベルアップですね。
Little treats from here. Inventory is full. You don't say. She's. Okay, in my defense, it's only recently, like, it's not even recently that I knew about this feature, it's just recently that I decided, you know, I should probably actually use it. So I have literal years of muscle memory forcing me to click the other way. I'm hoping her skills aren't. They shouldn't be terrible. Rulers are generally pretty easy to raise skill-wise. Of course I need her aphids as well, bugger.
ここまでの私は所詮前者。誰もがひれ伏すホーリーな私。究極の最終形態をご覧入れましょう。って何これ。何も変わっていないのですが。あともう少し引っ張るといいですけど、できるだけ早くお願いします。
She jumped again, just like all those people rolling on jolts at banners getting spooked the low bar. Didn't I get low bar while rolling for Ushi Venture? Come to think of it. Of course, at that point, I think I'd already had it in degree, but still, it is funny that it happens. It's uncanny. Okay, I'm glad that didn't crit actually, because that would have been such a waste of EXP. Now I'm going to manually go in, and we'll just do this. Here's a little devil form. I don't think of it there's an alt outfit for it. I'm not sure I have it yet. It may not have been released until the rerun of her. Oh.
女神悪魔カレンちゃん、午前0時にフォーリンダウン。恋の稲妻落としちゃうぞ。え、そういうのはいい？普通に再臨してくれ。チェ、私なりに場を盛り上げようとしたんだけど、お気に召さなかった？でもこの姿の私はこんな感じだから、クールな天使かキュートな悪魔か好き きな方を選んでね。
She is a goober. Indeed, indeed.
またレベルアップ？ふーん、そんなに急いでせっかちなんだから。またレベルアップ？またレベルアップ？またレベルアップ？
Now you see how tediously I usually level up. Try to maximize what if it crits. To be fair though, it is a pretty good feeling when you do save a whole bunch of embers doing that. Doesn't happen as often as I'd like, but I actually completely forgotten what her final ascension is. Right, back to
最後の扉を開いたのですね。これまでのあなたの血を這うような戦いと、私への全身から絞り出すような奉仕と、この先も飽くことのない愛の寄付に感謝を。その割には安入しそう？納得のいかない顔をしているですか？それはまだ多少の伸びしろはありますが、これ以上の劇的な成長はないのでしょう？がっかりです。もっと誰も見たことのない次元の愛であなたをはちゃめちゃにしてみたかった。といえばご理解いただけますか
？Back to this, although... And yes, she will be grailed to 100 after I make sure that I can get her skills and everything maxed out. Skills and A-bend. Okay. Let's not get crazy. I like how I was getting all the crit successes earlier, and now when it really pays off, he's like, nah, I'm good. It's alright. Just going to relax over here. Okay, back down here. And now, the part where we make our QP amount. Cry. So, 3 hits of Inbomb lasting 3 turns. That's good. Why? Stay. Bugger all. And here's the, as well as absorb MP each turn from all allies, excluding yourself, for 3 turns. And you get 1 tick of Inbomb for your teammates as well. And give them MP gains so they can maintain enough juice for you to drain from. So this is nice because she drains 20 MP gauge each turn. which just helps her being more consistent in hitting the right percentages to loop with. It's pretty vital. This one, taunt, and it's an MP battery. I actually forget how much it is. And then she lowers the charge and decreases the attack and defense of all of the enemies. So she just has a really good kit for challenge quests and stuff as well. Because she's tanky as a ruler, and her attack's respectable as a ruler as well. I mean, it's 12k. I mean, look how lopsided Jean's stats are. And then she gives herself she just does even more damage because she gives herself Quick Buster and Hearts up. So all of her cards will hit harder. And then it's another battery. I'm pretty sure it's 50% between the both of them. And then she's still getting 20% more each turn from there. And then she's another charge down, so she can really delay the enemy's MP. I approve. I approve of this very much. Okay, we should be good with blues and reds, it seems. The golds are what I'm worried about. Oh dear. Cheeky blighter. Gonna need 3 more of those. But that's alright. Also, she's going to be 999 for a while because I don't have any more laws. Alright, she takes Rainbow Yarn. I had forgotten about that. I cry every time. Every time. I do think I have enough pure prisms to handle the cookies. Well, maybe not when it comes to the A-bends. At the moment though, the most important one is to get to middle one. The cooldowns go at max will be 676, so not the best, but not terrible. I mean, her skills are pretty loaded. I mean, she's one of the first ones where they start getting novels for skills. Right, I need to go switch her ascension state. Yep, 3 more. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. Since I'm here, seconds. Alright, I'll show off the ascensions. So there's Cupid form. And here's Caren form. And here's Goddess Immortal form. Goddess / Devil Immortal form, I suppose would be more accurate. Yes, it's actually okay. Anti-archer. Okay, yeah, that's not particularly pressing. This one can wait, but this one's important. Wait, is it? What do you think? See, the issue is the Scotties, their charges are in blocks, the 50% blocks, like Tomovic's is, as opposed to like Castratoria, where it's 2 chunks of 20 and 30 respectively. Or like Waver, which is sort of similar. So the extra 20% could go to waste. Although it does free her up to use one of her batteries, because she essentially has 3 batteries. Because she has the drain on her first skill, and then both her second and third skill are also batteries. Right. Am I just completely insane here? Oh. Should be down here because we can't go any further. Yeah, empty cage. Yeah, empty cage, right. Just looked at them. Already got mixed up. I do have pure crystals. Good. What am I looking for again? Right, Lancer cookies. Yeah, what did my bolt at? Proof of hero. Whew. I still need so many of those for Achilles. Cheeky blighter. Why do I have so many of those? Whatever. Caster. Okay. We'll start it free for now. For now. And yeah, her mats were not bad. I say that, but I haven't seen her A-pin mats. I predict pain. I predict pain. Now. That's 5 rare prisms. We have 10. I would recommend not doing this. The reason is, before too much longer, the devs realized what a monkey they made out of everything when they added the coin system in and literally doubled the amount of crystallized laws everyone needed. And they were like, oh, we need to really heavily increase the amount of crystallized laws that you get from events. So I think the upcoming summer events will be the first one where you just get a bunch of laws thrown at you, and from then on it's like that. I think they did more than double the amount you get, but nonetheless, we'll be taken care of with laws before long, which is really nice. Also look forward to the events. You get Welfare Ruler Da Vinci Lily, and the funny thing with her is she's pretty good, although overlooked. But there was a different servant, a welfare servant that came out that essentially did everything she did, but better. and I feel like I've only seen like Otto mention it, but unfortunately I can't remember which one it was. Maybe Santa Martha. Santa Martha's really good. She gets even better once Brave Chains become a thing, which, to be quite honest, I'm disappointed we didn't go ahead and get those during Anniversary. Well, disappointed isn't quite the right word. I'm surprised that they didn't go ahead and give us that. But we might get it for New Year's or something. So you never can tell, because didn't they drop the coin system during a random download campaign? And we still have download campaigns coming up. That's where Von Hof comes back. Dorman is during summer, and then Von Hof is doing a download campaign in between summer and the Halloween event. That sounds right to me. Unless they fiddle around and swap schedules. Surely they wouldn't do that. 20 days until next login bonus. Let me think. I'm actually going to pull up the Fate Wiki, or the Fate Fandom Wiki, or whatever they're called, will work. Sometimes it's slow as molasses. What are Caren's A-pin mats? Incidentally, despite the scaling increase, or in addition to the scaling increase that she gets with her MP upgrade, she also gets bonus damage against chaotic alignment enemies, which is a fair amount. Okay, 8-pin skills. She needs Fruit of Longevity and the Genesis Egg. That's what I was worried about. Or I can actually check here. I don't need to go fiddle with that silly little list. Okay, Fruit of Longevity and Genesis Egg. Are both those gold? I believe so. How many does she need? She needs 8 fruit of, so she'll need 16 Fruit of Longevity and 30 Genesis eggs. Okay, we got the eggs somehow. I don't know why I have so many. Now where's the fruit? Okay, we're good. I haven't focused I have so many of both of them, but because Canis used some of those at the very least. Huh. Incidentally, the summer event is going to be nice when it comes to getting mats and stuff, because it's like a treasure hunt thing, and you get treasure chests that you can open after every fight, and they give you a bunch of nice mats and stuff. So that's something to look forward to, although we should be getting Nero Phase. Guildfest? One of the Fest events, we should have already gotten it actually. JP got it before Anniversary. But here, it seems like they've swapped it around so as to not break up Lost Belt 6 release as badly as they did with JP, which is fair, because it was weird with JP. It was really weird the way they released it. Of course, the consequence is we get the rerun banners for like Morgan and stuff. A couple 3 months sooner than JP did. So there was less time for people to recover. Hate. I'll wait to add Caren to my support setup. Until I can actually lure her. She can slot in right there. Do I have him? Of course, what to equip on her would be the interesting one. Objectively, or generally, Black Rail is what you want to slap on her because it triggers her passive and it just ubercharges her damage. Which, especially now that for pre-Valentine event rerun where she gets her MP update, is really important. Come to think of it, I'm pretty certain I did. I made a point of it. Yeah. Second A pin maxed out. So for all of you Scotty havers, do your mates a favour and get this to 10. All it takes is one copy of Scotty that does most of the work for you. You get it at like Bond 5 and one copy of it and you're good to go. Easy A-pin. It's not like you need either of these. Although to be fair, she is not bad at soloing. In certain fights. So if you super love Scotty, yeah, you're all about that Skaha or Scotty life, then you can do that. Oh yeah, she's got an MP upgrade coming, although it's not spectacular, but it's fine. It gives it an attack up, if nothing else. Which she herself cannot give, so it does add some multiplicative damage. There's actually one thing, if you'll notice, about the big supports, the Scotties, the Castorias. Well, Castoria doesn't have the issue, but Scotty and Tomovich are a good example. They give card up really heavily. Even Castoria, her charisma, her attack up is not very high. Meanwhile, her arts up is 50%. The big supports are weighted really heavily towards card ups. So if you can supply a substantial attack up as well, then that will increase your damage a great deal. Because if you keep just stacking the same type of buff, you get diminishing returns just because the way the damage formula works. But if you can stack a fair amount of different buffs, so attack up, MP damage up, and say card up, that's really good. And if you can lower the enemy's defense as well, then that just adds to it. Their defense or their card resistance I don't think there's a debuff that makes them take more MP damage. I don't think so. I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that they added eventually, but right now I don't think that's a thing. There's MP damage resistance, of course, but... And of course lowering the MP damage they do, that's a thing, but making them take more, I don't think is a thing. But anyway, I think we've yammered on long enough, as I'm wont to do in these streams. So, had a successful rolling session. We got Caren, which really makes up for... I was actually pretty I was actually pretty concerned about how we missed it completely. Didn't even get not even a single copy of it the first time around. And pretty chuffed because now this opens up. I'm not forced to roll on Valentine's for, and I can either roll for Visit or just depending on how Quartz works out, hold off on Visit till the next year, which is fine. I do like Visit. She's got a really unique playstyle, but when it comes to super solo throw against most anything that's not a Moon Dancer in this case, we have Ushivenja, and she does a lot of work. She actually soloed Gatia with her on the I soloed most of the recollection quests during anniversary. Maybe I should have streamed that, but oh well. There will be future anniversaries. Maybe I'll remember to do so then. It wouldn't have been a very long stream though. I was playing pretty sloppy, and she still pretty much lit things up. We do need to get on that bomb making. Oh dear. She is just a little bit of a beast. How far away is she from me? Or rather, how many paw prints do I have? I think I'm not too far away from being able to get one of the arts cards maxed as well, but... And naturally I'll wait until I can just do it all at once instead of tiki-taking it. What is this one? Right. I was looking right at her. She's the first one that I saw. I was looking right at her, and I just... Where is she? I wonder. How many do I have? Yeah, I'm 2 away from being able to max out one of her arts cards. Probably this one since it's got the crit up. Yep. Won't be too much longer. I'll be able to. She'll be done. She'll be as beyond taking it to 120, which, to be fair, I can do because she's MP4 and I only got 2 A-pins, so she can go to 120. I just have a bunch of other stuff I need to raise before then. Like I need to grail Caren to 100. I need to finish raising Achilles, although he's mostly skill stuck at the moment. Whereas yet, I need a whole heap and load of hero proofs. But the upcoming lottery event, we have has them, so it's no biggie. Alright, now I'm a wee bit short on these. But again, Lotto event will take care of that too. Yeah, just a whole heap and load of them. See, that's 30 right there. And then another 29. So, you know, that's 87. Between 87 plus the 30, so that's 117. Minus the 7 that I have, so that's 110 hero proofs I need. Luckily, since they're common mats, you get quite a bit of them in Lotto boxes, as opposed to the cookies here where you get one each box. I think it's 3, so 110, that's 35 boxes to do it. It's not too bad. Probably try to go up to 50 anyway. Well, it depends on... I have to check how TSME it is farming this event, because if it's just really tedious on... then, like, main account should be fine. Buster account should be fine too, honestly, because... well, actually no. It completely depends on what type the enemies are. If... because I think Roma could do it if it's archers, or like berserkers. Since I can double Veach. And I can always plug in Waver. I think I'd need to plug in Waver any bloody way. Let me think. I don't think I have his second 8-pin skill to level 10. But starting gauge, he did MP, turn 1. Just on his own. Then maybe I couldn't. Because oh, wait a minute, hold on. If he had Grail, or not Grail, Case Guard, then it would save his battery. So the double VH. I'll figure it out later. I feel like I'm going to be a bit short though. But I know there's a way to... because he's got a 30% battery just like Marunobu does, and she can double Vich farm. So I'm definitely missing something. But it's not quite adding up in the head with Waver. Alright, I'm gonna have to do some maths off stream here. That to pull up that Buster bombing document that Pocket Chalk made. Check out Pocket Chalk, everybody. She streams the gacha games from time to time. She's a strange horse lady. Claims to be an owl, but we know that's a lie. She's on Twitch though, and nobody likes that. But alright, I think think I've dragged this out long enough for over 2 bloody hours now. Me jibber jabbering. So that'll be all for now. Pretty chuffed that we took care of Caren. Just dear Santa, please send laws. Now, future rolling, the next rolling for FGO will probably be it really depends on the order, because we should get the Lotto event. I think it's Nero Fest again. I think it's a Nero Fest is what we get. So we should get that, because next year is Aussie and Tesla Fest, I think. No, not Aussie, Audi. Odysseus and Tesla Fest. And so there's nothing there, I believe, that I need to roll on. Odysseus Fest I'll need to roll, of course, on Art's account for Odysseus, and I think there's a 4-star servant as well. That'd be nice to get back up remember. Right off. Maybe more copies of Nero. But anyway, there's a lottery event coming up, and then summer events. However, I don't know which order they will do those in. Now obviously in JP the lottery event came first. They had already had it for months at this point. Well, maybe months, plural isn't strong. They had it for a bit. And then summer events. And then I guess Halloween? Hold on. I still have... Yes, I have the wiki pulled up. I'll just look at the event list. Events, JP. What year is it again? Should be 2021 for JP, because they're 2 years ahead. I mentioned this before, but Blue Archive's JP server is also ahead of all the other servers, but it's 6 months. To begin with, it was about a year, but they very cleverly were able to shave weeks off here and there, where it would normally be pretty dead, without making the player base feel rushed. And they've got it down to 6 months where they're holding steady at. And I think that's pretty much perfect, because that gives you foresight, that gives you, especially in that game, because again, all it takes is 2 months to save up enough free to play Pyro to be able to spark a banner. So you have plenty of warning of the banners coming up to save for. So you have the warning, but it's not so far away that it's like, oh, that's really neat, I really want to play with that character. Shame I gotta wait 2 bloody years. So yeah. Blue Archive is a good game, I recommend it. Yeah, so summer events. So we should get the lottery. Yeah, Grand Nero Fest. What is the banner on it? Ah, Castanero's rated up. That's a shame because honestly I would like to get her, but I just can't justify it on any of my accounts, I reckon. So the options are Castanero or Brunhilde as the rate up 5 stars. You also be able to get lottery info. So proofs, night medals, chains, and void dust and pages, all of which are really handy. This is a really good lotto because those are very common mats. Chains to a lesser extent, but the characters that need them are characters that are really popular and they need them in lots of numbers, so yeah. How long? That's short. You can get Nero's Bloomer's costume as well. A lot of people missed out on that the first time around. So that's going to be, after the event, it will be available in the
新生ダヴィンチちゃんの素敵な工房にようこそ。何でもはないが必要なものは揃えてあ
I
る。
believe.
いらっしゃいませ。当店が扱う服は最高品質のレイのみ。皆様方のご融資をさらに引き立てること間違いなしです。
Alright, I forgot to look at this. Oh, it's already here, but we can get it for free. We're just doing the Lotto event. Oh yeah, she has 2 swimsuits. From what I remember, they don't really look all that different, but I don't know. I haven't really
まだ見ていく？
looked at them all that
私
closely.
の張り合いがあるってものさ。
Okay,
ようこそ。
it'll be
レオナルド・ダ・ヴィンチの教
over here. Let's see what the mats are. Oh, mats are not bad. That being said, that's 3 million QP, that's 1 run in the daily. Alternatively, it's not like I'm going to use this ascension. But, okay, I'll get it just to show it to you. You're bloody welcome. It's just a color swap. It's a player 2 character swap of her final ascension. See, just her stockings change. Her little wristbands change. No, her wristbands don't change. Oh. Game crashed. Devil Caren was too much. Too bloody much. You hate to see it. Yeah, stockings change. Hair and skin color change. I suppose been using save and stuff though. Speaking of,
いや、いらっしゃいだね、マスター君。地道。
right. Yeah, this account is pretty Star Wars, but again, no rush. We will be taken care of eventually. Okay, where was I? Almost didn't recognize her since she swapped to this. See, this is God Caren, and then Devil Caren. And this is just regular, and then this is Cupid, or Amor. Okay, let's go back down here and swap all this stuff, I swear. Soon. I think she even gets interluded at some point. Because I think her MP upgrade is a rank. I don't know. I think she gets an interlude that's not involved with the buff, on top of getting the MP upgrade. However that comes across. Maybe it's an interlude as well. MP upgrades seem to be. I did swap everything, right? Science pointer, yes. Okie dokie. Events, we were looking at events. Okay, September. Okay, so August would be JP's anniversary. So that should be filled with Nero Fest. And then September, particularly the 21st night of September, will be the summer event. And then interlude campaign, yeah, immediately following the summer event, JP at least got interlude campaign 17, which is where Von Hof will be rated up. So I have until then to recoup some ports. So 2 events and going through Lost Belt 6. And Lost Belt 6 is several free quests. Now they've got my feet under me in Girls Frontline though, as well as Blue Archive. I can go back to no live grinding on FGO a little more, I suppose. So yeah, I'll be looking at that banner for Clyde. That's where Okita gets another buff, and both Okita and Okita also both get buffs. So that's nice. It's interesting that Okita Alter is rated up, but it's interesting that regular Okita isn't up, and they've got on off instead, even though she gets an interlude, but she doesn't get a buff. The good thing about Clarity though is you really only need MP1 of it. Now obviously there is a buff by getting it like MP2 plus, but you're already getting so much just from MP1 that it's good enough. The crit damage up. Okay, and then after that is October, where we get into the all the Elizabeth reruns. So if you like Liz, you can get every single welfare version of her, as well as the new Lizarella. So that's something to look forward to as well, because you'll be able to get MLB copies of all of the past Halloween craft essences. Most important of which is Aerial Drive, which is like Symphogear Martha, because it's full attack, big buster damage, 50% starting MP, good stuff all around. I think I clicked on the wrong Halloween event. It's going to, yeah, it should be here. Okay, Aerial Drive gives you 10% buster up, 10% MP damage up, so there's multiplicative damage, 50% starting MP gauge, and it's full attack, so at level 100 it's 2000 attack. Excellent, excellent stuff. And in fact, we're getting an arts version of it during this year's summer event. I believe it's this year's summer event, and not next year's. Let me double check. It's the Vritra Craft Essence. Ocean Flyer. Yeah, it gives you 8% art up, so 8% instead of 10%, but the MP damage up is 15%. So, there's a slight trade-off. And then 50% starting, and it's full attack, 2000 attack. Just like, again, it's arts version of Aerial Drive. And it's Vritra. Who doesn't love Vritra? Good stuff. Really looking forward to getting that, because the art account, poor thing, it missed Painting Summer. It missed Dive to Blue. So I don't really have an arts focused starting MP gauge craft essence on the arts account. Bugger all. Okay, and then after all the Halloween goody stuff is Gooda Gooda Rerun, and then the new Gooda Gooda, which is where we get our first quick MP caster in Izumo no Orokuni, who I would like to roll for, but if worse comes to worse, I'll do it next year. Also has Welfare Ronmaru X, and she's like, I wouldn't say a budget, a starter, I would say she's more a welfare version of Summer Karma. She can loot, it's just with double cast story and stuff, it just it takes some doing. We'll put it that way. It puts a little effort in. And then Martha Christmas, and that's where Scotty gets her buff. and Santa Martha is actually really good. And even better once Mighty Chains get released. And then a new story chapter to finish the year. Tunguska Sanctuary. Which I think is where they introduced Grail casting. Is that where they introduced Grail casting? We also get new Mystic cards, which are a new version of Plug Suit that are essentially better. So you'll need to start leveling that. Because of course. Maybe it isn't. I was under the impression there was some mechanic that... Or maybe it's... Okay, no, it's... wrong. 0.5 story chapter. It's the next 0.5. That introduces Grail casting, I believe. But okay, here I have. I've yammered on for nearly half another hour. So yeah, next rolling will probably be for... I went blank again. Somebody shoot me. For one off. On quick account. So... yeah. But we'll see if we can't scare up other stream ideas in the meantime. Prior to that, I'm going to find the end now. So, I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.